These ants are jerks.
No?
These poor girls. Ouch! These ants bite hard. Well, we got down on our hands and knees and looked underneath the hive, and one ant was standing on top of another ant, grabbing a hold of the hive, climbing up, turning around, and then it was one at a time. The ants were hand over hand getting onto the hive. So pretty warm. So, see that one bringing pollen in?
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella shit.
Hi everybody, this is Brent from Beekeeping in Paradise. Welcome back to the farm. Today we're gonna play catch up. Today is going to be a let's bring you up to speed kind of an episode, and also a quick look forward. This has been a crazy time for me. It's the beginning of December. It's I think today is December 6th, and you would not believe the past few weeks that I've had. A couple of weeks ago, in the end of November, as you know, the bees arrived. A couple of days later, I came out to discover that they were being attacked by ants. And then that's where I left you hanging. Today, I'm going to show you some footage that I filmed the very next day after I came up with my initial solution for putting the bee hives up on taller stands with a pan of water. Now, I got so many comments, so many great suggestions, and good ideas on how to make it even better, and how to take my basic quick fix concept and turn it into something more permanent and better than it was. And there's one comment in particular about laundry tubs. I'm going to go forward with the laundry tubs idea. It's fast, it's cheap, and it should work. But it's going to mean that I have to start over and move all of the hives temporarily, reflatten the land, put down the laundry tubs, put the hollow blocks back in, and basically start over. But I think it's going to work, and I think it's going to be a great idea. But today I'm here. I haven't been over to the bees yet, and I haven't been out here in almost a week. So I could be in for a surprise. I already see Noidigoi in the bee yard. I don't know what he's doing over there, if he's topping off the water in the pans or not. But I don't know if the ants are back. I don't know if we permanently fixed the solution, but there's a part 2 to my solution, or to my initial quick fix. Yik Yik and Noidigoi came up with this idea. They watched the ants. They followed them. You know, ants always moving in a straight line, or in a line, and they follow each other like a train. Well, they followed those ants all the way back to their house. And one of my commenters, one of the subscribers, also noted, they're like, oh, I recognize those ants. I know what they're called. And they said they nest in the trees, and they'll actually fold the leaves over and make their nest inside of folded leaves. And you are absolutely, positively, 100% correct. After we came out and raised up our stands even higher, we followed the I turned off the camera. The battery was running low. I was running out of memory space, and we followed those ants back to their house, and we found the nests, and there were a bunch of them not too far from the bee yard. And Noidigoi came out later that night when the ants would be mostly at home, and he invited them to a very, very special barbecue in which they were the guest of honor and also the main course. So he took a piece of bamboo, a long piece of bamboo, basically made a fiery torch at the end, and toasted all of the he toasted all of the ants' nests that he could find. I came out a couple days later, there wasn't an ant in sight. All right, hi everybody. Well, another discouraging day in the bee yard. I shouldn't have had to even come out here today, but I just wanted to check on things and see how they were coming along after yesterday's what I thought was a fix. The more I started to think about it, the more I started to reel it over in my head that my islands were too small. And I said, you know, I think I just need to go back to the store and see if I can find a pan that's just a couple inches longer. That'll give me a little bit more stability. And then of course we had another rainstorm and it got a little bit windy, and then my brain started going and I started to doubt myself. So I went to the store today and I found another pan. This is the one that I had yesterday as my island, and I'll show you here. And these are my new ones. You can see that the new ones are a couple inches bigger than my old ones. These should be the size that I need to give the hives a little bit more stability in any kind of a rain or windy situation. And then came out here. All I have to do today is pull the hives off, change out the pans, and I'm done, right? No, I came out to find that one of my baking trays got tipped, and the ants were able to walk along the edge of the baking tray onto the hive, and they were attacking it again. So these bees are totally stressed out, and their numbers are down. They're getting eaten still. I don't see any bees. I see a lot of ants. I think they're taking the bees away as they kill them. But anyway, now I've got some forager bees that are trying to come home and get into their hive, but I moved their house. So I have to put their house back together so that they can be happy, because right now these poor girls, ouch, these ants bite hard. These girls are not happy. So let's put their house back together, and hopefully this is going to fix the problem for a little while. Yes, hang on. Oh, much better. Now, yes, much better. So check this out. You can see my new pans are bigger than the hive, so they are much more stable. But when I did this, they're trying to reach. These ants are jerks.
No.
Okay, so the pan is not touching anywhere. The only question at this point is, can the ants reach up and grab the hive from underneath right over here where it seems like a bridge. It doesn't seem like it yet, but that's my only question. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to edit this together, but we had to start from scratch again. We took our larger pans, we put them in place of the smaller pans, and then we just decided to sit back and revel in our success until we noticed there were ants all over the hive again. We're like, those had to be ants that were already on there before. and maybe they were underneath the bottom board and now they're just crawling out. But no, they were new ants getting onto the hive. I'm like, we just replaced this. Nothing is touching. They're perfectly balanced. What could be going on? Well, we got down on our hands and knees and looked underneath the hive, and one ant was standing on top of another ant, grabbing a hold of the hive, climbing up, turning around, and then it was one at a time. The ants were hand over hand getting onto the hive from one spot where one ant could hang down and help the other ones up. Unbelievable. I mean, absolutely genius. They're smart. They're engineers. They're engineers. They truly are. So we had to make we had to make the hives higher, because they were, at this point, they were 2 ants high. One ant could not bridge the gap, and it could walk all the way around the larger baking dish that holds the water. It could walk around and around. No way for the ant to get onto the hive. But as soon as one ant stood on top of another ant's head and reached up, then they could bridge it and they could reach. So we had to raise the hives up. So we took the older pans that we bought, or that I bought yesterday, and turned those back right side up again, so that they have a wider mouth on them, and then the hives fit on it perfectly. So now we have a baking dish with an inverted baking dish with another right side up baking dish to get the height that we need and to still be able to hold water. So this is what we've got. Here's my regular baking dish that holds the water. This is the moat. Here's our inverted, larger baking dish that wasn't deep enough to give us the height that we needed. And then here's the third one that I bought yesterday. Now, once again, right side up. Thank you for your help, Marilyn. Thank you.
Welcome.
Marilyn fetched all of our water today. She's a big help. We did bring a bucket, so we didn't get, so I didn't get drenched in the river or in the stream. But these are very relaxed, hanging out. It's been a little bit rainy off and on today, but it's also pretty warm. So, see that one bringing pollen in? Some white pollen coming in. I've also seen some yellow pollen. So that's another day in the bee yard. You know, I didn't think, I knew, I'm not unaware of issues, but I was not anticipating this issue this fast right here. And I don't know how, but these ants keep getting on me. I was brushing them off of the hive, and they just seem to have gotten everywhere. I got bit on the back of my neck, down my back, down my boot, yeah, on my arms. But anyway, these two ladies are busy saving the bees. But take a look at this farm. This has been about 1 month with no grazing of animals in here. Just look at how much growth there's been since the carabao and the horses have stopped munching on all this. The grass is getting long, the weeds are popping up, things are, I mean, I just mowed over there and it's already growing up again. And we've got waist or shoulder high weeds. But this is what I'm getting at when I say that I don't know if this much rain is going to be a plus or if it's going to be a minus as far as the bees are concerned. I don't know. Now, in beekeeping, we refer to periods of low nectar supply or lack of nectar supply as a dearth. And certain parts of the Philippines have a definite dearth period. They have a dry season where there's no nectar flow. Leyte does not have that. Leyte is the wettest island in the Philippines. I was just told this statistic the other day. It's either 3 times or 6 times the national average of rainfall, and it's raining again. So we're getting more added to that. So this could happen. This could be one of 2 things could happen as a result of this much rainfall. One, there's no dearth, and things are going to be in bloom all year long without a slowdown, and that's going to mean extra honey and a bountiful harvest. The other thing that could happen is that the rainfall washes the nectar out of all of the flowers, and I have a very low honey production. And if that's the case, this is going to be tough going. But I'm encouraged because just after about a month, look, and we talked about this before with the shy plant that was in bloom. It looks like the shy plant has gone completely to seed, and there are no more blooms on the shy plant, or very few. But now I'm encouraged because there's something else that's just starting to bloom, and it is so plentiful. Look at this. I don't know what this weed is called. I don't know what this is, but you can see the tiny little flowers. These are just starting to pop. There's more down here, and this is not just the only patch. This is a whole big patch of this stuff, and I was gonna mow all this down today. My intention, I brought the grass cutter. My big job for today, apart from checking on the bees, was to come out here and mow grass. My wife is coming in 1 week. I have to make this place pretty for her to get here. Hi, Digoy. Everything okay? It's okay? Okay, Ra? At the bees? Oh, more water? Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'll see you after a while. So, anyway, look over here. This is just by the payag. Look, there's another flowering weed over here. More of this over here. Whole humongous patch of this stuff over here. And as I'm looking, the whole side of this hill is about ready to burst into bloom. Now I don't know, like I said, I don't know what it is, but there are already native pollinators trying to get at this. And there's just millions of these little flowers all over the place. Now, do they have nectar? I don't know. Do they have pollen? I don't know for sure. I would assume so. I would assume that they would have both. But I'm just gonna have to wait and see. And I'm gonna have to be out here more often. I'm gonna have to watch. Part of beekeeping is being observant and watching and learning. And it's exciting to be in a new place with new flowers and new vegetation, and it's all a mystery. I don't know what these things are and what they have to offer, but it seems like, you know, God just provides. Whenever I think that I'm down or that one flower is turning off, it looks like another one is just turning on.